Welcome everybody to Moose Moose Good Life. Again at the park on our little walk, a beautiful white swan along the river, the Bow River. So nice to see, so elegant and relaxing. And she was with her two younger swans, a little bit of gray, see there. And today we are going to make a beef stir fry with spaghetti. A little bit of a fusion. So we have sprouts, some leek, and beef, of course. And we're going to cut our beef thin, as you can see here. And this is inside round. And you can see how we make the cuts here against the grain. And our leek. And sprouts, of course. And our thin cut beef. And like I mentioned earlier, we are going to use spaghetti. And of course, make our spaghetti, put some salt in the water here, and some olive oil. Extra virgin olive oil. First cold press is best. So we're going to use 1 spoon of oyster sauce for our beef. We're going to kind of marinate this a little bit. And roughly a tablespoon of soy sauce as well. And last but not least, roughly about a teaspoon of dark soy sauce. And 1 teaspoon of sesame oil. I'm going to add some pepper. And a teaspoon of cornstarch. And we're going to give it a good mix up here. Make sure all the meat gets that flavor. Stir it up nicely. It looks so good, doesn't it? Not too much fat on this meat either. It's nice lean meat. And we go back to our spaghetti, as you can see here, cooking. We're going to get a frying pan ready with some olive oil. And we're going to heat it up here, medium-high heat. And then when our pan starts to get hot enough here, we will add our leek. And we're going to kind of cook the veggies first. Now, this is going to be a quick pan fry. And basically, we just want to get the moisture out of these vegetables. And a little bit of the smell, a little bit of the aroma out as we add the bean sprouts. Again, a quick fry. We don't want to cook these too much or anything. This, again, is just to get the moisture out and some of that smell out. So again, just stir it up nice on the heat. So you can see medium-high heat. And then take it out, take it off the heat, out of the pan and into a casserole if you like. as you can see here. You can see it's not overcooked or anything, it's still firm. And then we're going to use the frying pan again with some extra virgin olive oil. And we will get ready to cook our beef. And we want to have a high heat. And then we can add our beef that we marinated earlier. And we're going to fry this up nice and golden brown. And we don't want to cook it too much. And the reason we don't want to cook it too much right now is that we are also going to add those leeks and sprouts later and cook the beef with those. So we just want to get everything kind of nice and brown so we don't overcook it. And as we are cooking our beef, we are going to be going under our second lockdown, so hopefully these recipes will do you some good. And you can see here the amount that we've cooked. I mean, there's still a little bit of red there, but we will be cooking the meat again. So we're going to take the meat out and put that spaghetti that we cooked into this pan. And remember, keep high heat. And you want that spaghetti al dente. And just keep stirring it. It's very important. Cook everything evenly. We already had oil in the pan from cooking the meat, so it's best to use a non-stick pan, of course. And now we're going to add just a teaspoon of the dark soy sauce to the spaghetti and mix it up nice and good. And as you can see, it's that soy sauce is mixing in and getting the noodles a little bit dark. You can see that none of the noodles are sticking together. Now when we stir fry this pasta, we don't want to add too much sauce or oil because we already had oil in the pan, and you don't want the noodles to be, you know, too moist. You want moist, not dry, but not too wet. So we're going to add 3 cubes of sugar also to this and keep mixing it. Again, you can see none of the spaghetti is sticking together. And there's not too much sauce in there, but the noodles will still be moist. Gonna add some pepper and keep stirring. And as we can see, that sugar begin to dissolve in there. Now we can go back and add our beef. Again, like I said earlier, we are going to cook the beef with the noodles. That's why we did not cook it entirely the first time. And keep mixing it up. This is a good way to not overcook the meat. So you can see everything is still moving freely, nothing is sticking together. Exactly what you want. And mix nice and well. This is such a good meal. If you just have spaghetti around, you don't have any rice or rice noodles or anything, you can just easily use a spaghetti and make a nice Asian dish with your pasta. Now we're going to turn off the heat, and then we're going to add the leek and the sprouts back in to the noodles and the beef, and keep mixing. So again, by not overcooking the sprouts and the leek at first, they're going to stay crispy and they're going to stay a little bit crunchy. They won't be all wilty. And it makes for a nice fresh stir fry. So, like I said, if you have spaghetti kicking around the house and you have a steak, you can make this meal quite easily with the soy sauce, the dark soy sauce, the oyster sauce. You can kind of turn around, make something a little different at home with what you have, change it up, especially for this lockdown. I gotta tell you, after we cooked all this, we basically filled the casserole. It was just about all gone in one night. It's very good. Always try your food. Always have a taste while you're cooking. It's a good thing. Don't worry. You have to try what you're cooking. So now that we're done, put it in a casserole. Add some sesame seeds to it. There you have a wonderful, nice, colorful stir fry, beef stir fry, using spaghetti noodles, bean sprouts, and a leek. Change things up around the house a little bit. Everything is looking lean, not fatty or oily. It's all nicely separated. And it's tasty. Very tasty. Hope you enjoy it. I know I did. We all did. So take care, everybody. Thanks for watching Moose Moose Good Life. Have a good night. Comment and like and subscribe.